Well, yes. What's up, man? It's Base Boxing Basement, your man, the boxing truth teller. Yeah, I've been taking it easy a bit. I ain't done much, a few lives and so on. You know, stuff's been happening in boxing. Mainly talk, mainly bullshit. What do we had, man? We had like, you know what? Yeah, I was actually upbeat for the Gay J Hellenius fight and the show. There's some good heavyweight fights, and we know the heavyweights are the number ones. I don't want to hear about Sonny Edwards is the pound for pound best British boxer. Yeah, put snitch time Sonny Edwards in with Dave Allen, and Dave Allen will destroy him. You know, weights only exist because manlets can't compete with the governors. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no weight divisions. There ain't no height divisions in the NBA, are there? No one watches dwarf NBA. Or you got to be under 5'5" to play the NBA. Come on, man. There was, unfortunately, all the fights disappointing. There's Hrgovic, McCann. McCann was did better than he thought. And Hrgovic disappointed again. He does not cease to disappoint Hrgovic. You know, I don't cease to get disappointed about boxing, to be honest with you. It never ceases to disappoint me. Watching a major show, I always look forward to it, and 9 times out of 10, realistically, I'm let down. But McCann, yeah, I mean, he did a lot of holding. You know, I watched some old fights with Aaron Pryor. You know, I've been watching some Aaron Pryor fights and 70s and 80s fights. These guys don't hold. Yeah? When they get inside, they throw punches. They just don't hold. And as soon as they hold, the referee breaks them up. And now, for some reason, the ref will allow you to drape yourself over another man and sit there grabbing him, holding him. Now, you watch boxing with anybody who doesn't know boxing. And what's the one thing they will say over and over again is, why are they hugging all the time? Why are they hugging? I had some women's, some girls, right, who are introduced to boxing, but should be to watch the fights. They go, why are they always hugging? But, it's boring. It doesn't look. You get the retards that go, oh, they're working on the inside. Come on, man. They're not doing nothing. They're grabbing. They're buying time. They're trying to wear the other man out. There's nothing. It's just awful. It ruins boxing. And I swear, watch 70s, 80s fights and before. You just don't see it. The ref wouldn't allow it. They take points off, right? And the fighters have too much pride. But now, these days, they're just grabbing. So Dempsey McKean was grabbing, holding on Hrgovic. Now, Hrgovic is one of the biggest disappointments. Like, he was in the David Hay camp years ago, right? When he was 19 years old. And he was giving it to Wilder and Hay. And Hay was like, David Hay, obviously, people say he doesn't know his boxing because you can't call a fight right, mostly. But, it was impressed. And he said, this guy is going to be a future champion. And he just doesn't look like he wants to be there. And that was just a dreadful fight. Hrgovic eventually won with some back of the head shots. They had Gerald Washington vs. Chisora. He had one guy who couldn't fight because he's so punch drunk, Chisora, against a guy who could fight, Washington. I believe he won that fight. He just seemed to stop caring. There was what's his name? The guy whose father just spends his entire time on YouTube talking about eating Kung Pao prawn balls. Johnny Fisher against Harry Armstrong. Now Armstrong, is a fat pig. I can't understand these fighters, and it's not only just their profession, right? You're talking about their health, getting bashed in the head. Boxing's dangerous, and they can't be bothered to get in shape. And leading up to everyone's going, oh, Harry Armstrong weighed in 10 pounds lighter than he has before. Like, he's still fat pig with skinny arms. He was game, so I'm not going to take that away from him. He was game. He had no power. And he tried. In the end, Fisher's power got him out of there. And you know what? I think it was a good learning experience for Johnny Fisher. And I support Johnny Fisher in the sense that we need ticket sellers. We need people that bring casuals to boxing. So I ain't got no problem with that. His dad, I don't know, man, a fat pig. I'm worried for the obese Chinese food muncher. I mean, how long has he got, man? He's got to change his lifestyle. But yeah, Fisher, I thought that was a good learning fight for Fisher, but you know, he still only beat a fat guy who never stopped anyone. All right. And then, oh, let's not forget Camp Bellend-Han. Bellend-Han. I mean, come on, man. This guy, like, I'm not a hater at all of Hatton or Camp Bellend, of Ricky Hatton, even though, you know, he charged his fans £1,000 ringside and £90 for the outer tier to watch him spar Marco Antonio Barrera because he was so worried about them during the COVID lockdown. But I'm not a hater, yeah. But Camp Bellend is just awful. He seems to have no. Look, he got the best training ever. This man is training every day. He's not going to go to a job like most journeymen. Yeah. Probably got some PED influx, some PED input, and still he's so whack. You know, he's easy to hit. He's got no power. His speed is average. You know, it's pathetic, man. How long can they keep pushing that boat out? Eventually it'll be sunk, and it'll be sunk spectacularly, you know. But you know, he's just dreadful, man. Should he retire? Well, I mean, the odd thing is Matthew Hatton, right, knows boxing, and he's actually a solid fighter, Matthew. And you know, he went distance with Canelo. He's solid. He didn't have Ricky's power or movement, but you know, he was a tough boxer. He didn't have Ricky's glass chin either, right? He didn't have Ricky's glass chin, but he must know that Camp Bellend is awful. So why does he keep on pushing? I don't know. It's almost like is he almost like getting his revenge on Ricky because Ricky was so much more successful by stitching his son up and encouraging him to be a pro boxer when he should be like a roofer. I don't know, man. I mean, Camp Bellend, and they keep pushing. Remember, right? This is Camp Bellend, whose lead up, the fight before him, the intro fight was Dimitri Bivol, fighting Craig Richards before Bellend, Camp Bellend. Oh, come on, man. This is dreadful. This is dreadful. I mean, we can all get fed a pig in a poke, but this is the fattest pig in a poke. So we go to the main event, and I'll get to the Dennis McCann Ionut Baluta fight, which is the main reason, for my video. But the main event, listen, a gun shy Gay J, right? Now Hellenius is a decent fighter and has been, but his punch resistance is not good, right? He was pulled in with a week's notice. He busts up Gay J's face. Even though the shots he was landing didn't seem that great. Gay J landed a big shot, fine, well done. But you know, against a chinny guy who's 39, and then Gay J goes on this rant. Oh, I've got my back hurts. My back hurts from holding up the heavyweight division. No, you aren't. You ain't holding up no division, bro. The division's whack. Let's be honest with you, because you ain't holding it up, man. You got 2 ass whippings by Usyk, and John Ruiz battered you, buck broke you. So stop talking that shit. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the Dennis McCann, Ionut Baluta fight. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Ionut Baluta. He's from Romania. I don't have very good Romanian. But his alias is Il Capo. His nickname is Il Capo, which is like the chief. Now, I've watched this guy fight, and he can fight. He hasn't got a lot of stoppages. He's got a record of 16 wins, 3 KOs, 4 losses, none by stoppage. He's tough, right? He's tough. He's 29, and he'll go for it. This is a big test for Dennis McCann. Dennis the Menace McCann. I like Dennis the Menace. You know, I like his little side party and his baby face, and you know, but you know, is he ready to take on Baluta? Now Baluta is a 4-1 underdog. I think this is too much, man. I think it should be a lot closer, a lot closer. I mean, you look at, so who's McCann beat? Joe Ham, man, they're great, and you know, Joe Ham has had, he's been stopped a few times. McCann stopped him. Who else has McCann beat? James Beach Jr. again. He's okay, but not that great. Blah blah, and you go down, and the guys he's beat are not dreadful, but they're not top level. Baluta, okay, has lost. Don't get me wrong, he's lost some fights at the top level. He lost to Liam Davis on points, 12 rounder. He lost to Michael Conlon on a majority decision on points. Okay. A guy called Sebastian Perez, who's at the time was unbeaten. Yeah. And but what's important is he's beat TJ Doheny, who fought for the world title. Right? He's beat a guy called Kyle Williams, 11-1. David Oliver Joyce, 12-1. Right? Brad Foster, 14-1 and 2 draws. Andrew Kane, 10 fights unbeaten. This guy, I've watched him fight as well. He is relentless. He wants to win. He's not come as a pushover. I think the 4-1 odds are ridiculous. I'll be putting a few quid on him. I'm not a lot, tenner, because I'm poor. You understand me? It should be lost his money by thieves, by wrong-uns. So you know, it's up to you what you put on him. But I think this is at 4-1. This has to be worth a bet, a decent stake. Can McCann? This will be the breakout fight. Can McCann, you know, take the pressure, the ability of someone who really wants to win? Now, McCann is he boxes a bit like an Ingle fighter, you know, hands down, slippery, you know, fast, relies on reflexes. But what you notice is that often you get these, what they called, Ingle type fighters, and they come stitched when they step up. They look great against the low levels, and then when you put them up against a pressure fighter, they tend to get unstitched. Barrera, Hamed, you know, Ryan Rose, plenty of fights. Junior Witter, I can't remember, but at the top level he was found out. So I'm thinking there's a very good chance Baluta, the pressure, the determinedness, the determinity, you know, might be too much for McCann, the babyface McCann. So I would, I'm looking forward to this fight, and we got a good fight, thankfully. So I'm, as I said, I put a tenner on McCann. Baluta. Yeah, and let's see if McCann's got it. I believe there's a chance he'll be found out.